Okay, yo, what is up, everyone? How y'all doing? My name is Rednu. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on today's stream. I forgot to put my overlay. Okay, yeah. So if you notice, we didn't do the intro song. That's fine, because when we get to the umamusume stuff, I will do the intro song. Okay. But let me get my gamer subs real quick and say hi to the chat. Jennifer, Raptor, Victorino, Lakeshine, Blady, Hurtum, Mike Miller, Mimi, Ace, what up? Epic Headshot. Okay. So this is how it's gonna go down. I don't want to spend too much time on this, right? But I feel like this is necessary right now. Because no doubt I'm gonna get some people talking about it during the Uma content, and I don't really want to do that, right? I want to keep umamusume gaming stuff for that, and then, you know, anything else to the other way, or like basically just keep things appropriately labeled, if that makes any sense, right? You guys may have a difference in opinion of me on certain things, and if you want to talk about it, or we talk about anything, right? Essentially what I'm doing is I'm gonna put this timer. We have like an hour, right? We just talk about anything we want. That's why I'm in the just chatting section. That's why on my YouTube stream, like you can see, I have 3 streams set up. One of them is we're gonna talk about what we want. We're gonna react. Then we're gonna do like umamusume gameplay. So if you want to save, you know, come back later, it's all good. You know what I mean? It's totally fine. I get it, right? But yeah, I mean, how you guys doing? How is everyone? Hope you're well. IRL shit is going so bad that I need to unwind. Absolutely. And if you want to unwind, it's I don't know what we're gonna talk about. It's literally free talk. Zatsudan, right? We talk about whatever the fuck, and that's what I'm here to do. If it gets a little whatever, then maybe come back, because I do have, you know, other content later on. Does that make sense? Yeah, that's a great approach, honestly. Yeah, I mean, let's just keep it here. I don't know if I have to ban anyone, right? Or if we could just have a nice conversation. Whatever way goes, you know what I mean? But this time is to talk about what we want, and the time after is to talk about umamusume and stuff. Zatsu, what happened? Honestly, good on the new structure. Feels more organized, and React's also another segment. Yeah, Reacts and then gameplay, right?
Thanks for resubbing Bald.
I love Rednu even if he's bald. I agree to your latest video. Thank you. Appreciate it. It's John Umamusume. Hello. Do you think there's actually soulless evil people in the world who want to see other people suffer? No, I mean, like, in a sense, sure, but not necessarily, right? Let's start on a good topic. Have you happened to catch any OG AGDQ? All games done quick? Is that what it is? Yeah, no, not really. OG? I mean, like, it's already happened, right? I don't really know. I hope you do Flash's stories, so on free to play. It's difficult to get a lot of Umas. I think I do have Asian Flash. Maybe. Yeah, we could try. Yeah, we could definitely try that. We should talk about speed in Africa. I saw a clip. I think there's a clip that was supposed to show his like trailer or whatever, right? And it was they didn't show the music, I think. I saw XQC's reaction to it. It was kind of it was something. I was so confused as to what was going on for a sec when they were like panning the camera around. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you. Let me see if I can find it. XQC speed. I thought it was really funny. Reaction. Dude, I can't find it. React. I don't mind you being Rednu VA for Flash Story. Oh, yeah. No, I'm definitely going to do that. I feel like I'm going to do more story runs by just myself. Oh, this. Okay. XUC almost passed out laughing after finding out that Aisha Speed's production team is going viral, but for the wrong reason. So.
And look at the tour bus. Let's go. This is the tour bus.
Let's go,
Enjoy
dude.
the show. Speed does America, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
You hear the echo? They're panning this drone around the bus. And there's just, like, you hear my BGM, because it's silent. And it's, like, so loud. I think that was last year. Is it last year? I don't know. This is funny. I guess that does say America and what? There's you guys were talking about Africa. Just wanted to quickly pop in and say that I'm glad you use your content not only for Uma but also issues in our world and your opinions on them. Cheers and have a good stream. It's I mean, like, let's be real. Let's be honest, or like, let me make sure I'm clear. I'm not gonna do a lot of political commentary content, not on this channel anyway, right? I'm gonna say what is on my mind and, you know, what my beliefs are. But in the future, I'm probably gonna move this to like a different platform or different thing. I'm just talking about the things that matter to me. You know what I mean? And it's to my detriment. If we're being perfectly honest, talking about all this shit is to my absolute detriment. You know? Like, it would be so easy. It would be so easy for me to like align myself with the popular train of thought right now and go move to Austin or San Antonio and, you know, make friends and with the streamers there, right? Or align myself with you know, what I think right now is overwhelmingly the most popular train of thought, especially in Twitch. You know, collaborate with people who have conflicting beliefs, and I still like wouldn't mind that, but like I don't agree with it fundamentally. You know, you're the new Penguin Zero. Keep it all on one channel. I don't know about that. No. But yeah, I don't know. I would say it's popular day to day, but it's more vocal majority online. Yeah, it is, right? Like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it is ultimately to my detriment, but I can't really, I can't keep my mouth shut about it, I guess. But yeah, I guess if you guys are wondering like what happened, right? You can watch these couple of videos. It basically goes over everything that I've been thinking about the last couple days, right? You go over here to my videos. Like, this is disgusting, right? And then this follow-up video, everything got worse. And I knew, and I know that this video right here, okay, this video basically says X or Grok now can produce CSAM, you know, and it's being misused and for explicitly just for sexual harassment. And over here is saying, or rather over here still, it says, I'm going to stop using X. I'm going to use Blue Sky, right? Which is, on its face sounds cool, I guess, or great. But in reality, the content that I deal with just umamusume, real horse racing, which I want to act as a bridge to between umamusume and real horse racing, all those interests, it's not that populated on Blue Sky, right? There's like 40 million active users on Blue Sky. There's like over 400, 650, 550, whatever number you want to put on it, on Twitter, on X, and then it's not really sustainable. Besides that, though, right? Besides being like promoting my content, but on X, there are just a lot more people that not only talk but read, and there's nothing for me to do to convince or talk with people on Blue Sky, where the majority of beliefs, some more radical than mine, obviously, right? But more in that same realm, right? Nothing for me to like sort of converse or convince, really. Whereas on X, I feel like there are a lot of people that read, a lot of different people. You know, I expect to talk about all this. I know I slipped to the right UmaTuber. Oh, thanks. I mean, there's a great UmaTubers who don't talk about politics, and in that case, you would be fine in saying they're objectively better than me. I don't know. I don't really, if that's the case, that is the case. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's that great. Mentally better for your health, yeah. Honestly, Rednu, I already suspect from Grok's censored meme video of making you bald because of how the AI react. Look, AI can be used for fun. AI can be used for memes. Making me bald, making an umamusume version of me is whatever. I even downloaded the W Okada. The W Okada voice changer. I was playing around with it, actually. You know, I wanted to see if I could do something funny with the MAMBO or Hachimi voice. I'm okay with, like, AI. I think AI has very practical use cases, right? And I want to be, like, not I want to be nuanced, but I do have this level of nuance in that, like, not all AI is evil, right? But, it is being used, in this case, for, I believe, really bad shit. You know? Personally quit Twitter a few months ago. Best decision I could make. Absolutely. I have no idea what Grok or Blue Sky is. Great. Amazing. I mean, that's good. Everyone has a different threshold. I'm busy hating on wrestling and then looking more political stuff to hate. Hey, I totally understand that. Nothing wrong with using your platform for good and choose my videos from content creators. I pick and choose content. My videos from content creators all the time. Yeah. Or industry, UK government is considering banning X because of Grok, but I need some fact checking on that. Maybe. I don't know. I think Australia has a pseudo ban on Grok. At least for under 16s. Not Grok, sorry, X. You should stand up for your beliefs and principles. Staying silent or changing things to appeal for success is in the way, in my opinion. Right. Well, listen. It's not about success, really. Because if I wanted to be successful on like YouTube or streaming or whatever, I just hop on the biggest game, right? Like Arc Raiders or whatever, and just farm that, right? Or I don't know. If I really wanted to be successful, I'd collaborate with bigger creators than me, right? I have like a way to, you know, talk with, let's say, Tectone, right? I believe I've interacted positively with Leaflet, right, in the past. I have, and I understand and know like where her beliefs are at, and I like, it's not going to how do I say it? It's not like I can't ever foresee being like friends with these people, right? But it'd be so much easier. What I'm trying to say is it'd be so much easier for me if I just said, "Oh yeah, like let's do it," right? I'm totally for everything that, like, let's say Asmongold says, right? Or what Tectone says, or what Leaflet says, right? I'm 100% for it. It's just like, it'd be so easy, a lot easier for me if I did that. But I don't. That's just not what I personally feel, right? I don't mind having conversations with people, right? We just chatting? Yeah. We are just chatting. Hey, Leah.
Thanks for resubbing balls.
Yo, thank you for the 6 months. We're chatting sometimes, you know, about crazy shit, but yeah. Grok make Rednu bald. Gen AI is also just overall nearly unregulated, so it's killing the earth, and it's also using for harm, which is just a double whammy. Absolutely. I mean, like, if we could have AI without the environmental issues too, that'd be great. But if it, I don't know, it's crazy, for sure. Australia's ban is for social media all under 16, yeah. And I kind of agree with that, honestly. I don't think children should be on social media, you know? Timers for just chatting part of the stream. Yeah, basically when this timer's done, we're on Uma. We keep the stream Uma related, on topic. Anything that's not on topic, we're just gonna time you out. And ban. You know what I mean? But this is free talk. We're just chatting about anything we want right now. Right? It's not easy because it's not what you personally believe in. Exactly. Right? It's not what I personally believe in. People like TikTok can't be debated reasonably due to the king of bad faith arguments. I don't know. Like, look, I don't think personally that how would I say it? I just don't really take a lot of Tectone's political thoughts or discourse seriously. And I don't think a lot of people do, right? Personally. If he does like seriously believe in whatever he believes and he wants to talk about it, I'm always down. He's done a lot for me, and so I am indebted to him, and I appreciate him as a human being. And I think generally speaking, like, even if a lot of people have conflicting ideas, even if it can make us very angry and rightfully so, enraged, I still also believe that people ought to come together and talk out their differences. You know what I mean? YouTube F. Really? Is that? I don't agree with your political beliefs, but I still like you and your content. Keep up the great work, man. Thanks. Wait, is YouTube... Are we good on YouTube or what? Hey, nerds. I sent you some Blue Sky feeds when you get it. Yeah, I saw it. I added on to it. I had a watch here. 1 hour to talk about. Yeah. YouTube is ass. It's for just chatting section, then we go to reacts, yeah. I mean, I think Asagol's a Nazi shill, but I don't judge people who like him. Yeah, I don't know. Just the stuff, like, look. The stuff that he's saying recently, whatever you think of Asmongold, let's say you agree with him, let's say you disagree with him. Whatever you think of Asmongold, you can definitely say for certain, within the past year and a half, he's gotten way more political, right? And also that the rhetoric is a lot more elevated than what it used to be. So whatever your stance on that is, I hold that to be true. And I hold that to be a point of concern for a lot of people. You know what I mean? I think it's possible to help people change for the better. Unsure about Leaflet, I don't know. Haven't much heard about what she talks about. So yeah, and again, I don't harbor any, like, I don't know, ill will or whatever, right? I don't even, like, I wouldn't even care to so much initiate really the conversation. If they want to talk, whatever, right? But I mean, why would they want to talk to me? You know what I mean? I don't know. I have my beliefs. They have theirs. That's really all there is to say about it. Right? Personally. That's what I think. YouTube live streams have been very buggy. Yeah, I'm not dropping frames. I'm sorry. But I don't know why it's just not working. Random question, what's your favorite gacha game? Is it umamusume or something else? It's umamusume. I don't play any other gacha games, really. I try to play, you know, what's it called? Let me pause this real quick. I try to play, like, Zenless Zone Zero every now and then, and I'm trying to grind it. But it's not easy. It's not easy. Let me see over here. I'm trying to find this. Hold up. Okay. Let me do this real quick. And there you go. Okay, yeah. There you go. Okay. I thought you played CZN. Nope. I don't have the time. Like, I like CZN. I appreciate CZN. I think it's a fantastic game. I just don't have the time for it. I just don't have the time for it. Guys, I'm not dropping frames. So, like, it's unfortunate, but YouTube might be laggy. Yeah, I'm not dropping frames. I only know about Asman and Tectone, but I will watch every vid that makes fun of iDubbbz. Yeah, hey, iDubbbz is, dude, he's so cringe. It's so bad, dude. I hate iDubbbz, like what he has become. It's so sad. It's really sad, actually. I don't know if I would say I hate him. I think it's sad what's happened to him. I don't. Yeah, it's just incredibly sad. Like, to have a wife that speaks to you, regards you the way that she does to him. It's like a living nightmare. It's a living nightmare. Like, I would hate my life if that was my wife. Rip Mumu and VF CMs. Only Rednu 1 Scorpio. Oof. Well, I mean, my elo or whatever, my rating was worse, probably, right? I think people are 100% irredeemable though. It's easy to get misguided in the jungle of your feelings. Yeah, I don't believe that either. Like, I think, not that everyone has a path to it, but there's reasons, right? People are complex people, or complex beings. Actual NTR. Icux Peak was when we were doing bits with Joji and the crew back then. Oh yeah, that was peak. Moo spoilered VFCM from a viewer review and Charles was pissed. What does that mean? Spoilered VFCM from a viewer review? What does that mean? Hop into Twitch a bit. Yeah. Good morning. How's your run? We're not doing anything right now. As I say, he's not going to debate people that aren't purposely dying, aka Dog Shocker. Well, yeah. Well, anyone that is... First of all, Asmon's not going to debate anyone. He won't debate anyone that's not like a chatter or whatever, right? No one that he can't control the conversation. And that's smart. I mean, he knows it. He says it himself. I'm not trying to prop up Hassan. I don't really like Hassan personally. Maybe to a lot of the people who follow me who are more left-leaning, they probably don't like that. I don't like Hassan. I don't like Hassan at all. But yeah, Asmon is definitely not going to debate or get in a call with anyone that can actually talk back to him. I love ZZ. I drop HSR, so much power creep. Asmon's afraid to debate anyone because he'll get cooked. He knows it. I think so too. He used to hop on shift show calls with Destiny way back. He did. But that was not to debate anything very seriously, right? Asmon tried to debate Hassan in his chat, and Hassan was not making good faith arguments and not arguing against what Asmon was actually saying. I didn't watch enough of that to make a judgment. I think there were some points, because I was actually watching that with a couple of friends. There are some points I agree with, because I mean, I don't agree with what happened I guess yesterday, right? January 7th, with Renee Good, but you know, it happened. Do you like Asmon's dynamic with his chat? They disagree with him quite heavily sometimes. He finds the people to disagree with, and that's great, yeah. But a lot of the times it's to kind of make a show and mock their position, and you see a lot of W's and, you know, agreement in the chat. Right, Lenny people, it's nice to listen to different perspectives. I appreciate that. What does the next CM look like? We'll do that later. We'll do that later. Have you seen Japanese boat racing? No, I haven't. No, I haven't. Someone had Mumu review their CM, and Charles was one of his opponents, so I got spoiled. Oh, well, he probably should have seen that. Did he see that it was Charles? Because if he saw it was Charles, he probably shouldn't have shown it. Yeah. He probably... I'm left of center. I don't like Hassan, but I don't watch political streamers, period. Yeah. I mean, I'd probably align pretty similar to that. Not like Asmon or Tectone doesn't mean you like Hassan. True. Asmon started talking about real life, like it was PvP trash talk, hyperbolic banter, and it went downhill from that. I think so too. Yeah. Sam Hyde for the win. Sam Hyde is a neo-Nazi. Like, full stop for me. Like, there's nothing that has ever convinced me otherwise. Whatever, if you don't want to call him a neo-Nazi, he's a white identitarian. Like 100% Sam Hyde is. And he's a joke. Honestly, I don't follow political streamers, YouTubers. I have a brain. I can do my own research on topics. Sure. Yeah. I mean, never gonna say don't do your own research. Azra is a piece of shit now. He changed so much. I watched him in my WoW days, but now it's so sad watching his takes. Definitely he's a lot more politically involved, and it is... I feel like it is just really bad. You knew it was Charles, it's to open the results. I mean, look. Mumu, he made a mistake. And, I mean, I'm sure if Charles were to talk to him about it, he'd be sorry. So, unfortunately, I've noticed a lot of these hyper right-wing content creators that literally had never heard of them before all the political nonsense, and like I'm not even remotely interested in the slightest. Well, that makes sense. But yeah. Political streamers and Twitter arguments not a productive way to do civics. Unfortunately, that's just like how things are going though, right? That's how things are going. Like, we can pretend we live in a separate reality from this one, but the reality is that X is like the town square, and everyone's talking about these issues there, and they're reacting. Like, political people who are elected into positions of power are reacting to the things they see on X. And that's like, that is the reality that we live in, right? We can't, it's not productive, I guess. It is degenerative, I suppose, but it is what's happening. Right? People defend Nazi rhetoric, but they've never had a Nazi tell them to their face their existence is an abomination of nature type shit. It's only a matter of time before people defending this shit get turned on or chased out of town. Nazis don't do that, though. They don't try to, like, tell you in your face that you're an abomination. That's just not what they do. That would be counterproductive to their goals. It's dangerous. It is what it is. Consider who owns X. Yeah. What up, Silent Silver? Honestly, I think it's cool you're opening up an hour like this to have an open discussion. There aren't enough open platforms to just have a discussion that isn't controlled by just one side. Well, I mean, it's controlled by me, right? Like, let's be honest, it is controlled by me. I've already admitted I'm left-leaning, so that's what it is. There are other spaces, though, you know, and there are other people. I'm willing to talk and hash things out with you, my chat, but, like, there's always going to be a slant, right? Wherever you go. Unless your slant is that I'm objectively in the middle, which personally I think that just means you haven't really thought about things too much. You know? It's a pretty interesting segment idea. I probably align more with Asmon than Balny on things, but I appreciate perspectives. Yeah, appreciate you. By the way, just a question. How can you update umamusume since you're not using X? Yeah, that's the thing. No, I am using X. Hold on. I am using X. That's what this video is for, right? That's what this video is for, which I am, like, unfortunately having, you know, dislikes or whatever. But it is what it is. Like, I knew, or I didn't, not that I knew. This video was tough to make, and I said things, not that I shouldn't have said, but rather, like, I said, like, I would do things, like, not use X, and that's just unavoidable. Like, I have to use X. and now I had to kind of bite the bullet, or at least that's my perception. My thought is I have to bite the bullet. It's something I brought up and something I'm gonna close out. If I do talk about these things more in depth and seriously in videos, it's probably just gonna be on more Rednu. Yeah. You know. Uma drama. Just want to say thank you. Your Scorpio guide helped me get my first ever Group A win. Hey, thanks. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. While I do agree with some of Aston's opinions, I'm just, well, nope. Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, like, look, I watched a lot of Aspen Gold, especially like maybe a year, 2 years ago. I watched a lot. And why not? I relate to him a lot, right? I don't leave my room. I do play a bunch of video games. I'm like, Aspen Gold is terminally online. I'm terminally online, right? That's where I live. And so I related a lot with his takes. But recently, for me, it's been crazy. It's going in a direction that's way off the deep end for me. You saw them making new Jackass movie? No. I watch Aspen a few, still watch him a bit. I make sure I also do critical thinking. I think that's good. Yeah. But yeah. Chat, someone tell me what you're talking about with the Charles and Mumu stuff. So Mumu was watching his viewer CMs. Apparently, this is the story. Mumu was watching his viewer CMs. And one of his viewers raced against Charles, and Mumu watched the CM on his stream. So basically, he spoiled Charles, aka Victoria Frontier's CM results, and yeah, I mean that sucks. Like, that's not good, right? I think the big issue with leftism is they want the same, all or nothing for social issues that Trump supporters give to Trump. Mamdani spent his entire campaign saying his focus is improving New York City, and he's being called a fake and a grifter because he hasn't done enough for Palestine within the week he's been mayor. It's the thing about that. Okay, that's great. I love that. The thing about this, I'm unbalanced. I think this is a valid criticism, but I don't think it's pointed at the right people. I don't think that like leftism or like all the left is this. I don't think all the left is this. You know what I mean? I don't think they're the people calling Mamdani a fake and a grifter because he hasn't done enough for Palestine. I think there are there's plenty of room on the left to understand that, hey, we need to elect people into positions of power to kind of pull us away from all the bullshit that is happening right now, right? So, like, yeah, it's definitely not, but they are the loudest, and I feel like they control public perception and aggravate people on the fence, which is why I don't want to stay silent on these type of issues. Not that I'm trying to, again, position myself as some sort of, like, leader in thought on this, but, like, still lend my voice to the voice that does exist, and empower other voices in that, like, hey, like, not all of us are gonna be calling Mamdani a fake and a grifter because he hasn't done enough for Palestine, you know? Like, we want to be politically active, we want to be politically effective, and sometimes, you know, that requires making concessions or focusing on things at home, right, over abroad. That's what I think. On the left, that's not true at all. That entire take was just terminally online bullshit. Yeah, it's terminally online. Yeah, those people literally argue in bad faith that have since day one. Those are the same people who argue successfully, apparently, that Trump would not be worse than Kamala for yeah, no, I mean, that's something I wholeheartedly disagree with, right? Trump would Kamala would be just as worse. That's a stretch. For Palestine, I don't know. But I'm an American. I'll like straight up, I'm an American. I care about American issues. Okay, that is at the forefront of my attention. But there are some people who would argue that Trump or Kamala, I forget, I don't know exactly how you pronounce her name, whatever it is, Kamala would be worse than Trump, and I think that's wholeheartedly just untrue. Wholesale. But yeah. Islamophobia is no. In terms of geopolitics, she would have nabbed Maduro too. Really? What makes you think that? Like, no, wait, what? I don't think so. Kamala? My bad. The Kamala line is not even in this current timeline. It's not. Like, I can understand being in opposition to Venezuela. I can understand wanting to depose Maduro. I can't understand literally going into the capital city and abducting him. Like, and also saying we're gonna run everything, and also saying US companies, oil companies are gonna go there and drill, you know. The part that I'm not saying is that, oh, it's gonna be apparently for the Venezuelan people as well as the Americans, but that's just like that oil is for the Venezuelan people, you know. She has an active stance on strong military and being a presence on the world stage. Maybe she would have done it different in terms of getting him, maybe via espionage on some Africa shit. Like, there's just the way it was handled that is not that isn't right. It is invading another country's sovereignty, and now everyone's kind of looking at us weird, you know. She wouldn't say we were doing it for the oil. It would have been dressed up. The oil funds, by the way, is going to be routed offshore. By the way, not an American government to hold. Maduro is an asshole, but another country kidnapping another country's world leader is a very dangerous precedent. Two things can be right at the same time. Yes, that is that is definitely my thought on that. The USA capture of Maduro is the most badass thing the USA military has ever done in my life. For once, my tax dollars did something good for sure. For once. Like, how long have you lived? What about... Wait, what? What about, like, Bin Laden? Or, like... Yeah, wait, what? You know who else captures politicians shit? Terrorists? Especially Denmark. Would say as one that has family from Venezuela, everyone is happy there. I can respect... Like, look. God bless the Venezuelan people, but it's not really about Venezuela for me. I'm an American. And like, if there are ways to depose Maduro and like get rid of him, but in a way that doesn't just violate another country's sovereignty, like, I'm all for that. You know, I'd be happy for the Venezuelan people, but that's not why we did it. You know? That's just not why we did it. We're doing it to take the bag, right? We're doing it to exploit that territory for oil. And that's what he said. Right? And also, yeah, the government and regime is still intact. Like, Maduro's vice president is still in power. Like, once America is done doing whatever the fuck we're doing, right? Once like Trump says, "Oh, like we're not gonna run this country anymore," but we're still gonna probably have the U.S. oil companies there drilling oil, but we're just not gonna run anymore because that's tax dollars, that's expenses, right? Why are we trying to govern another like sovereign nation? That costs money. So eventually we're gonna have to pull out. And once we do pull out, who's in power? Who's left in the vacuum of power? It's the vice president that Maduro chose, and his regime. Like, and you think that, like, and this is something I talked about with my mom. It's like, you think Maduro is like this bad guy, this sole bad guy, and once you cut the head off the snake, it's dead. No. Like, the reality is that people smuggle in drugs and they produce drugs because it's the way that makes them money. And it's not, that doesn't justify it. That's not good, right? I'm not trying to justify, but I'm saying is people do it for a reason. And unless that reason is resolved somehow, not that it's a responsibility, they're going to keep doing it. Maduro, like, being captured doesn't do anything except let us put into the country our oil companies to drill oil. That's all it does. Right? The crazy thing is we're already a net oil exporter. What exactly do we need more for? I mean, we could always use more, I would guess, but I don't know. The U.S. has a great record when it comes to regime change. Yeah, I mean, like, with the Middle East, and, like, it doesn't make any sense. Sole bad guy. Actually, Maduro's VP is actually doing everything Marco Rubio is telling him to do. Today, they released political prisoners. For now, sure. But if you think that this is going to stop, like, the trafficking of fentanyl or whatever, like, I don't think that's true. The only way that's true is if we put our power to stop that. Like, it has not, like, it doesn't really have a lot to do with them. All right. Going to a dictatorship with 0 U.S. casualties and getting rid of him makes America and democracy look strong to the world. Dictators should be afraid of getting kidnapped in the middle of the night. It's like everyone who is evil, dictators or whatever, most of them, a lot of them are in the Middle East. They're not gonna have any trouble sleeping. I don't think so at all. This is a black and white situation. Removing Maduro, good. Capturing him and basically allowing U.S. to take your resources and leave, not great. Yeah, it's not. All right, I don't think so. Left and right wing are attached to the same rotten bird carcass. Kidnapping to installing your own isn't democracy. That's true, yeah. Like, there was a not democratically elected, I guess, because whatever, they just overrid it. But, like, the other candidate was voted for, right? Like, someone else had the votes besides Maduro. If we really cared about, like, democracy and, like, bringing people to justice and other countries' sovereignty and, like, peace and the good of the world, then we would give the leadership to the person who was voted. Right? That makes sense, right? But instead, we're just gonna hold out over them and for the oil. Maduro lost last elections. He did. Trump literally said he doesn't care about the other guy who actually won. Yeah, he doesn't. He basically denounced him. And that's the thing, is like, Venezuela would need to believe in their leader, right? And the, like, I don't know, denouncing them is, how do you say it? Trash talking them is not, it's just so that we could be there instead. If the outcome is a positive one, it doesn't matter what the intent is. That's how it works. No, that's not how it works. And it's not even about intent. It's like method. What did we do to do it? You're basically saying that the ends justify the means, but that's just like not how anything works ever. That is not how anything works. You can get to the same answer in math, right? But if you don't know what you're doing, you cannot produce the same results by applying the same methods to other applications, right? That is just wrong. I just hope this success has emboldened Trump to act more radically with other countries that are capable of escalating. I mean, yeah. I mean, I would hope too. There's no such thing as democracy there, unfortunately. I mean, there is. The people voted for not Maduro. And so they should get that leader that they voted for, right? Greenland's next. What's stopping them from doing it in Canada? I don't know. And that's a scary prospect too. Like, we're talking as if we want to strong arm Greenland. I will say, like, you want me to give credit to Asmongold or whatever, which I would love to, right? I would love to, because I still look up to him in a sense, right? As a content creator, as someone who wants to be effective in this sort of space. The credit I can give to him is that he doesn't want a violent altercation in order to acquire Greenland. Maybe if we could buy it, right? That's what would be right. That's something he said online. And I could give him credit for that. You know, that's a pretty low bar. I mean, I guess it is, but like, he himself is like pretty low. You know what I mean? So at least there's that. Democracy does not equal good. A good government means the government is good. You can have a monarchy that is good. Like, you can have an effective government that's not a democracy. Absolutely. Right? You absolutely could. But that's not really the purpose of a democracy, right? The democracy, what the value is, the core value is the agency of the people, right? We are choosing the path that we're going. That's ideal. That's ideally what's happening, right? That's how I feel. I thought we were talking about umamusume. Nope, it's free talk. And once that timer's up, we are gonna go to umamusume. And I'm only doing this because I feel like my recent actions might have riled up certain people. I'm asking them to show their face if they want. We could talk a little bit, and then we're done, right? If we have anything off topic afterwards, we just time out and we ban, you know? So podcasts? No. This is not a podcast. We're just talking. I'm just chilling. Right? Just got here and I see a timer. Almost asked what the timer for is, and I started just hearing topic and got it. Yeah. Would you not agree that Trump's reasoning of needing Greenland to serve as a strategic asset in national security is something that we heard before from Russia regarding Ukraine? That's exactly what it sounds like. And if we violently invade, like, we would be no better than Russia. And I condemn that wholeheartedly. That would be a living nightmare. The problem with a monarch is all the power. Yeah. Real talk is good. No need to go down each other's throats because of something you might disagree with. Yeah. I feel like it is important to talk about these things in a common, rational manner. So thank you, Rednu. Yeah. I respect for what you're doing. I appreciate you being able to do stuff like this. I appreciate you. Thank you. Also, you have to do what's good for your numbers. Capitalism rests for no one, and you got bills to pay. It just so happens that social media engagement helps with said bills. That is true. He was elected democratically. I'm mostly fine with Rednu's politics, so I'll be back for reacts. Yeah. I watched Professor Zhang for neutral-based political analysis. I don't know who that is, but if people think he's cool to listen to, maybe I'll give it a shot. I love this 1 hour free talk session. And like, I would love to have these type of sections without just like talking about contentious things. I don't know. It is interesting too. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you're right. Yeah, the free talk stuff is cool. I think it's fun. Real talk, I gotta hand it to you, Chad. These debates have been devolved into yelling and slurs. That's really fucking refreshing. Yeah, it's nice. Even more respect for you speaking up and sharing your opinions. Very proud to be Rednu supporter. Yo, thanks, Adri. Appreciate you. I agree too. There's such a thing as a sham democracy if you aren't going to talk about the spirit of things Recognize when something's a sham, then you're being deceitful. Or you're just talking about two different things, right? Like, a bad democracy is bad. Like, we can all agree on that. A good democracy is good, right? There are bad democracies. There are bad implementations and applications of democracy, right? I would argue, and a lot of you guys would probably agree, would say that's not really a democracy. You know what I mean? It could devolve into if a dumb enough chatter appears. True. Thank you for both talking about this and for time boxing it. Boundaries and keeping it limited so that uninterested or overwhelming is a great tactic. You're great. Thank you. Unfortunately, it's current year and there's almost nothing going on that isn't controversial. Yeah. Did you hear about Discord filing for IPO? Kind of worried about for the platform. What is that? I don't understand what that is. Like North Korea's version of democracy. True. I'm riled up. The U.S. has nearly free reign to mine resources in Greenland. If they pay landowners or build bases if they wanted to due to treaties we have from World War II, the need to take Denmark is weird. Yeah, it is weird. It's weird. It's totally weird. And I feel like when you talk about Putin and why does he want to take over Ukraine, I feel like the answer at the heart of it is he wants to be known for something great. He wants to leave behind some sort of legacy, right? Because he's on his way out. He's an old man. And unfortunately, when I think about like what Trump has done recently or like what he's talking about doing, that's the same feeling I get. Maybe you think I'm wrong, but that's the exact same feeling I get. Is like this man just wants to be known for something, and it's this crazy I don't know, tyrannical act that is wholeheartedly something I disagree with. The Kennedy Center is totally trying to create a legacy for himself. The Kennedy Center? What is that? The region he's going after is rich in xenon gas. He wants to take over Ukraine for noble gases, which are important in manufacturing semiconductors. Yeah, it is. That, I mean, there is that. And it's also to oil trade, right? A lot of trade in Russia, from my understanding, is land-based. And Ukraine is kind of like a stopper to that, right? They control a lot of very key routes. And so, you know, he doesn't want to deal with that, right? That's my understanding. That's my understanding. Our existing agreement with Denmark and Greenland is that we already have a military base there and can build more without taking it over. Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. We already have a military base there. What purpose is to take it? He just wants to add a little star to the flag and say, hey, that was me. That's how I see it. Well, America, Mexico, and so much half of the nations of the world experiences an exact democracy, but a variation where majority rules instead of the whole populace. I mean, we elect representatives, right? That's what we vote for. It's unfortunate that a lot of people are uneducated on the matters, or willfully ignorant of it, but I feel like it's definitely one of the stronger versions of democracy in the world still. But yeah. Have you seen people crashing out about Neurosama Subathon though? I have. And like, I understand people not liking AI or whatever, but like, I personally, like, as someone who's followed the Neurosama sort of project for a good while now, like, I just don't, I like the proposed threat of like, oh, AI is gonna take over everything. Like, this is a stream. This is an AI stream, guys. Ask Jesus. AI Jesus. Interactive with chat. Anyone can go in this chat and interact with AI Jesus. Like, AI is not taking over streaming. Like, this guy is 40 hours into his stream. He's got 5 viewers. And he's interactive. He has an AI. It is an AI. Fully voiced, modeled, and like it talks, it interacts with the chat, it's not gonna go anywhere. Like, this shit isn't going anywhere. I'm sorry if you, like, everyone wants to say it is because that's like the popular bandwagon to like ride in, but like this shit is not going anywhere. AI isn't like get rich free card or get rich instantly scheme. It just isn't. You know? Nero-sama has lore. They have lore. They have the story. Beetle is a character. Nero is a character. Evil is a character. All the supporting cast, Camilla, I guess not really Annie anymore, whatever, all the people he interacts with, they're all part of this larger project that actually has a lot of work that went into it. You know? So, like, to say, like, oh, AI is going to take over everything, it's going to be a big thing, everyone's going to do it, it's like, it's just absolutely untrue. It's not true at all. You know? AI Jesus. I saw your video, so if we talk to you about a different view we're not getting banned right, it's about compliance. I mean, if you're gonna, like, call me, be disrespectful or disruptive, like, you'll be banned. That's about it. Like, if you want to be respectful and, you know, share your opinion that way, that's fine. I don't care. I will say, though, after this timer is done, we're going to go to umamusume stuff, and we're not going to talk about anything and everything, and people who want to bring off-topic things to that part of the stream, they're just going to be timed out. And if they keep doing it, they'll be banned. You know? That's basically what it is. Beetle work on Nero the moment he woke to when he goes to sleep. It's been years. Yeah, it's been years. Yeah. Kennedy Center is a performing arts theater. They put on a lot of plays and shows and host several awards. Most of the hosts have been very critical of Trump, like Stephen Colbert. Trump kicked out the Democrats on the board and installed himself as chairman, then added his name to it. Sounds a lot like what would happen in NK. I mean, it's definitely a dictatorial action. I would agree with that. That is fucked. I mean, I think the FCC or whatever, they pressured Jimmy Kimmel to resign, right? That was fucking dumb. And that's crazy. How did you guys find this guy? I found this. You guys, I don't know if you guys knew that he existed or this channel existed. I found this. I was looking at like AI streamers, and like most of them are like this. They try to get some sort of gimmick. It's highly interactive with the chat. There are assets like whatever this is, and it's just not. It's not gonna go anywhere. It's not gonna go anywhere. Like, Ask Jesus is so weird too. It is. This channel's been around for like 2 years or something. I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea. There was that AI Seinfeld thing that happened, but that went over like 2 weeks. Yeah. Saying to become an AI researcher here, we can't stop progress, but we do have to ensure ethics are respected. A lot of current state is shameful because big companies are making use of currently non-existing laws and slowing down implementation of said laws to push Gen AI and ruin environment because it's not sustainable yet. Absolutely true. Yep. Yeah. Big companies are basically like, it's a gold rush right now, right? It's literally a gold rush right now. They're looking to make as much money as they can, as fast as they can, with the lack of laws regarding AI. And they're going to do it. And they're going to try and slow it down as much as possible too. Like, AI is unavoidable, but it doesn't mean that we can't implement policies according to our ethics to control it, right? And that's why I said, like, on my Twitter, that's what I mean, right? That's what I mean when I said AI is a weapon, right? AI is not a tool, is not simply a tool, it's a weapon. weapons require regulation, right? And this is something even enthusiasts ought to agree on. And you might think that's like a little weird or loaded, like, oh, it's a weapon. What do you mean? You can't stab someone with a with an AI. No, you can't. But you can harm people. You can harass them, right? Sexually, mentally. And if what AI does isn't harmful, then you post a picture of your mother, your daughter, your son, your father, and tell Grok to undress them. You do it. You say that's unharmful, right? Produce whatever like pornographic material of them. It is harmful. It is absolutely something that can be used in the wrong way, and it needs to be regulated. A knife is harmful, right? It can be used to harm people mortally, but it can also and is necessary to use when cooking, right? Like, absolutely, that's what it is. I mean, you would just have to think about it. A knife is a tool that can hurt people. Yeah, and a knife is also a weapon, right? That's the same thing as what I'm saying with AI. AI is a tool and a weapon. Knives are tools and a weapon, right? Switchblades are regulated. Yes, absolutely, right? But yeah, anyway, we are basically ending on the timer, right? When the timer ends, I'm going to grab some. I don't know if I need to grab some ice. Take like a 5-minute break. I'll put the waiting screen. I'll transfer the stream, and then it's Uma, right? It's umamusume. Okay. But yeah. Whatever, like, basically when the timer ends, we're done. Like, I don't know if you have whatever conversations, you know, but it ends here, right? It's done. Okay. All right. So let's do that. That's closed. And that's not showing. Cool. And then let me grab the link. Let me go live on my other stream. Let me make it public. All right. And then we'll have the intro song and everything. So, take 5, ladies and gentlemen, take 5. And there we go.